So I wanted to talk about how much support you have when you're working for a tech company. You literally have a team that is genuinely wanting to help you and support you. I just had a conversation with my manager this week, and it was probably one of the best conversations I had. It was very vulnerable. it was just really good. It was something that I really needed. We just kind of had a heart-to-heart moment, where I was just like, I think that I'm struggling with like asking for help. And I'm always a person that asks for help. Like whenever I'm having a challenge or I'm struggling, but I was just being honest. I was like, I feel like working fully remote and then working, like you're working for a tech company, you want to perform well, you want to hit quota. When you do trainings, you want to like show that you can do this and that you've got it. It just made my day to hear him say, like, I don't care if you ask 1,000,001 questions. Like, I don't care if we just went over something and you still don't get it and you ask me again. Like, he'd rather me do that. He was like, I'd rather you do that than, trying to fake it till you make it. Like you really don't understand something, but you're trying to just maybe figure it out on your own, because what we, talked about is that what that's doing is affecting your efficiency. It's affecting how you're working. You're taking too long and putting a lot of time into something that you could have just asked about. That was just something that I needed to hear. Even though I feel like I know that, when you're actually put in a position to perform well, and to be an expert and to be like someone who is operating in excellence and just doing your job well, it's like sometimes the pressure's on and you feel like you almost start to not see your team as your team, because you almost feel like you need to have it together. And I just want to say, I really appreciate like the fact that these companies know that everybody needs help. Like as techie and professional as this is, it's like they're not looking at you like, you don't get it. What's your problem? Like, why don't you, they're not getting frustrated or impatient with you. Like, they really want to help you out. They really want to come through for you. They really want to say, put some time on my calendar. Like, we will figure it out and meet with you, and not just my manager, like my team, like my team is very helpful. Like I huddle with them on Slack all the time. Like I just did a shadowing, and I've been at the company I've been working for. I've been here for 5 months, and I still need help with things. And it just feels so good and comforting when your team members are like, yeah, like put some time on my calendar anytime, like where you can just click huddle real quick and say, hey, are you free for a second? And they're like, yeah. And they click into the huddle and they're like, what's up? And any question you ask, like they're ready to help you out. If that's already easy for you, then great. But people like me, like someone who feels like I need to know what I'm doing, like I need to have it together, like I need to, like I should have known that. Like we went over that training. I should remember. I should. And it's like, well, sometimes we don't. And that's just the reality. Like we're not robots. Even when you take notes and pay attention, it's like there's still things you forget and you just need some additional assistance with. So yeah. And I'm the type of person that likes to try to figure stuff out first and to put in the effort to show that I'm not just trying to ask for help. Like as soon as I need help, like I'm going to try first. And then if I can't find the answer, then I'm going to ask for help. I think that is a good skill to have. Like that's a good mindset. Like as soon as you need help, you don't want to just raise your hand and ask. Like look at your notes, see if you can find the answer. I still have a lingering cough from when I was sick, but you don't want to waste too much time. And that's where I guess operating wisely, like operating and working efficiently and effectively, like that's where that comes into play, where it's like, yeah, you do want to try to figure out an answer on your own. But if it's taking you an hour, it's like you need to just ask. And I'm speaking to myself when I say that, because my manager just got on my head about that. And it was a good getting on my head. Like, it was a much needed conversation, and it comforted me. It was very comforting because I was like, I needed to hear that. Especially, like I said, as somebody who just wants to have it all together and perform well all the time. It's like, well, I'm actually going to start to not perform well if I don't know how to utilize my team, utilize my village. You know, my mom says that all the time. You know, utilizing your village, like leaning on other people for help. And yeah, I think that's actually a huge quality of a leader and of somebody who is a team player, you know, someone who is successful, is that they know how to network, they know how to reach out when they need help, and they see it as a team effort and as a team mission, you know. So I just wanted to say that because, you know, just for those of you who might be considering breaking into tech and, you know, or maybe you're already in tech and you're struggling with the same thing. Yeah, like, lean on your team. Like, I'm learning that right now. Like, I am not speaking from a place of trying to preach to you guys right now. Like, I'm literally saying I just had this meeting with my manager and realized this about myself. Like, I need to grow in this. You know what I mean? But yeah, maybe you're considering breaking into tech and you're like, man, I'm going to get up there and everyone's going to expect me to know everything and know what I'm doing. It's like, yeah, you know, to an extent, but it's like, as you're getting trained and they're teaching you these things, like, they want you to ask 1,000,001 questions. Like, they want you to hit them up all the time. Like, talk to your team all the time, hit up your manager all the time. Like, they are looking to help you. They want to give you every tool and piece of advice that they can for you to grow. So if anything, don't let that intimidate you, that you're going to be like working from home, disconnected by yourself, solo. Like, that's not the experience at all. So I just wanted to say that. And I hope that's encouraging for those who needed to hear that. Because some people have it together, they're doing just fine. But I know that I needed that reminder from my manager. So I'm super thankful for the one-on-one that we had this week about that. And to anybody else who needed to hear that, that's what this was for. I got you. So yeah, I appreciate y'all listening. And if that was helpful, then go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know just your thoughts on that, and just maybe if that's affected you before or if it's currently affecting you now. Just let me know. All right, y'all.